Alright, what's up there, people? Spoke Riders here. And today, I'm not going to make this too long. I'm going to try and make this a quick video. But I just want to speak on something. Today's video is going to be all about gloves. Now, for a long time, I've wore all different type of gloves over my lifetime. And as a motorcycle rider, I always wear gloves when I ride a motorcycle. And I've been through a lot of different motorcycle gloves. So I know a thing or two about gloves. But this ain't about motorcycle gloves right now. These are about gloves you wear out in the shop, out in the garage, while you're working, out in the yard, stuff like that. Anyway, when it comes to shop gloves, I've always had, well, I haven't always had, but these are my welding gloves. I talked about these before on my video series, my welding journey. But these are my welding gloves. I only like to weld in these gloves. I don't like to do a bunch of grinding and other stuff in these gloves. These are strictly for welding. So, yeah, I don't like to use these. These aren't crazy expensive, but at the same time, I don't like to get the gloves I weld in all dirty and grimy and messed up. So I'm not going to be out there working in the yard, picking weeds up with my welding gloves. I did have a good pair of leather gloves. Unfortunately, like leather work gloves, unfortunately, I don't know what happened to them. I lost them, but they were gone. So for a while now, I was using these cheap gloves. These little cheap, you've seen them before at anywhere, Walmart, any hardware store. These cheap throwaway, real cheap gloves. For cheap gloves, honestly, I thought this is what cheap gloves are. This is just what you got to deal with when you wear cheap gloves. After a while, as you see, they wear out, they get dirty, you throw them away, they come in a big pack. This was what I thought was the blueprint for cheap work gloves. Out in Arizona, these get crazy hot. So I was like, man, once these wore out, I told myself, man, there's got to be, I know there's a better way. So I got to look at these gloves, and I discovered these gloves. And forget about these. I mean, cheap work gloves, ain't worth talking about. But I knew there was better stuff out there as far as cheap work gloves. I didn't know if I could find it cheaper as that, but apparently there is. These gloves right here are called Firm Grip. There's a tag, you can screenshot it if you want to. But I figured, well, these are the cheapest gloves they had at the Home Depot. So I figured, man, a pack of 10, and they're basically $10, $1 a pair. So I'm thinking, how good can they be for $1 a pair? Well, what's cool about, I found out, I didn't want to speak on them too much until I used them for a while and really put them to the test. This is a brand new pair. I just popped out the package. And I'll show you my old pair that I tested thoroughly. Matter of fact, I put the old pair, I put the new pair on this hand and the old pair on my other hand. I don't know, we'll figure it out. So one thing I like, as you see, is I was like, man, the rubber part is kind of sticky when they're brand new. But what's cool about these gloves are, especially living out here in Arizona, is I like the light colored top. So when you're out there, if you're out there in the sun working, the heat ain't just baking your hand. And this part right here is pretty grippy. You know, this is pretty grippy part. But the one thing that really impressed me to be dollar gloves, and I got to give it up to Firm Grip for this. These gloves, I can control my phone, any touchscreen, with these gloves, which I could not do with the old, crusty, thick, old school gloves. So the fact that I can control my phone, which I always film a lot and to work on stuff, I got to stop the camera, I got to be able to use my phone while I'm working. Just a simple fact, I can use my phone with these gloves, makes these gloves worth $1 a pair in my book. I mean, I was just so in shock of that. I was figuring, oh man, $1 a pair, they can't be, you know, how good can they be? Well, $1, they're pretty damn good for $1, I tell you that. So I put these gloves to the test. These are the before, and this is after a week. I use them for like real heavy on the weekend and all throughout the week. Here they are. Now, let me put these on my hands. Now these gloves, you see they got holes in them, right? There's a hole right there, there's a hole right there. There's holes all right here. Now, I'm not going to blame the gloves on these holes. These is just abuse. I basically use these gloves for stuff that they're not even really intended for, you know? I use them, I was welding in them, cutting metal with them. They got cut. They do cut easily. Once you cut them, they kind of unravel a little bit when you start flexing the knuckles because of the mesh, the way the fabric is designed. But it's designed to stretch across your hand, so you know you can't have everything for $1. But it's not really gonna give you no protection like as far as abrasions go. These ain't the ones right here. But for a basic overall glove, I'm very happy with them. And I'm gonna put some pictures at the end of this video. Stay tuned to the end. I'm gonna put pictures of what I was doing with these gloves all weekend and all throughout the week to get them to this point. But you figure this is a solid week worth of work out in my garage. For $1, man, you can't beat that for $1. So, I officially think that's a pretty good test right there to, you know, what these little $1 gloves will take. But man, let me tell you, $1 firm grip gloves, I mean, you can't go wrong, man. I have to say, so far, this is the best glove for $1 I've ever came across. If anybody knows any better brand or any better gloves you can get for $1, let me know. I'll try them out. I'll definitely try them out. In my opinion, the firm grip $1 glove definitely gets the 100 Spoke Rider stamp of approval, and it definitely got put through the Zero Car Garage test and torture test. All right, people. Firm grip gloves for the win. Signing out.